Why do some people stay broke their entire lives, while others build wealth and power? Most of us are told that working hard will lead to success. But history shows that this is not the full truth. More than 500 years ago, the thinker Niccolo Machiavelli studied rulers, leaders, and wealthy families. He discovered patterns, rules, about money and power that are still visible today. In this video, we'll explore those rules. By the end, you will understand why some people never escape poverty, while others rise to financial success. Part 1. Hard work versus strategy. Many people believe that working harder will make them rich. But in reality, hard work alone rarely leads to wealth. Machiavelli would argue that power and money belong not to the hardest worker, but to the smartest strategist. Think of a factory worker who spends long hours each day on the job. He works hard, yet his income is limited. The factory owner, however, earns far more because he uses other people's time and effort to create value. The lesson is simple. If you only sell your time, your growth is limited. If you build systems, assets, or businesses, your money can grow even while you sleep. Part 2. The power of appearances. Machiavelli observed that it is not always necessary to be powerful. It is enough to appear powerful. Wealthy people understand this. They carefully build an image of success, confidence, and influence. On the other hand, many people who struggle financially believe that results will speak for themselves. But in the real world, perception often matters more than reality. For example, an entrepreneur in plain clothes may be overlooked. The same person, dressed well and presenting with confidence, suddenly gains attention and respect. The lesson is clear. How others see you can shape your opportunities. Appearances open doors. Part 3. Control versus dependence. Machiavelli also warned about dependence. He wrote that those who depend on others are never truly safe. Many broke individuals rely on one job or one source of income. If that source disappears, their entire life is shaken. Wealthy people avoid this trap. They build multiple income streams, own assets, and maintain control. Even if one income fails, others remain. This is why financial independence is not about how much you earn. It is about how much you control. Part 4. Fortune favors the bold. Another reason people stay broke is fear. Fear of losing, fear of failing, fear of taking risks. Machiavelli believed that fortune favors the bold. In other words, opportunities come to those who take action. The wealthy are not reckless, but they take calculated risks. They invest, they try new ventures. They are willing to lose small amounts today in order to gain big tomorrow. Those who remain broke often wait for the perfect time, which never arrives. In the end, they lose more by avoiding risk than by taking it. Part 5. Understanding human nature. Machiavelli studied human behavior deeply. He observed that people are driven by fear, desire, and ambition. The wealthy use this knowledge to their advantage. They don't simply sell products. They sell status, hope, and dreams. This is why luxury brands succeed. A designer shirt may not be very different from a regular shirt, but people pay more for the meaning attached to it. Those who remain poor often misunderstand this. They think success depends only on creating something useful. But true wealth often comes from understanding psychology and influencing desire. Part 6. Short-term versus long-term. A key difference between the broke and the wealthy is time perspective. Broke people think short-term. They want quick rewards. The wealthy think long-term. They are willing to sacrifice today for security tomorrow. For example, someone might spend their last savings on luxury items. Another person invests the same money. 10 years later, one is still struggling while the other enjoys freedom. Machiavelli admired leaders who planned years ahead. Wealth is rarely built in days. It grows through patience and long-term vision. Part 7. The Lion and the Fox. Machiavelli's most famous advice was that a successful person must be both a lion and a fox. The lion represents strength and courage. The fox represents cleverness and strategy. The wealthy learn to use both qualities. They are strong when needed and strategic when required. Those who remain broke often choose neither. They stay cautious, hoping life will change on its own. But in reality, fortune smiles on those who combine courage with intelligence. Conclusion. So why do some people stay broke while others get rich? Because the wealthy follow principles that most people ignore. They focus on strategy, not just effort. They shape appearances. They build control instead of dependence. They take calculated risks. They understand psychology. They plan long-term. And they learn to be both lions and foxes. Machiavelli's rules are not just about politics, they are about life. If you understand them, you can change your financial future. The question is, will you keep living by the rules of the broke, or will you start applying the rules of money and power? Part 8. The power of networks. Another reason some stay broke is isolation. They try to do everything alone, but Machiavelli valued alliances. He saw that strong networks create strength and security. Wealthy people surround themselves with other ambitious, capable people. They share opportunities, ideas, and resources. The broke often spend time only with those who think like them, who complain about life but never act. The result is predictable. They remain stuck. If you want to rise, you must connect with those who lift you higher. Part 9. The Lion and the Fox. Machiavelli's most famous advice was that a successful person must be both a lion and a fox. The lion represents strength and courage. The fox represents cleverness and strategy. The wealthy learn to use both qualities. They are strong when needed and strategic when required. Those who remain broke often choose neither. They stay cautious, hoping life will change on its own. But in reality, fortune smiles on those who combine courage with intelligence. Conclusion. So why do some people stay broke while others get rich? Because the wealthy follow principles that most people ignore. They use strategy, not just effort. They master appearances. They control income instead of depending on it. They take calculated risks. They understand psychology. They think long-term. They value knowledge. They build strong networks. And they are both lions and foxes. Machiavelli's rules are not just history. They are timeless lessons. If you understand them, you can change your financial future. The real question is, will you keep living by the rules of the broke, or will you start applying the rules of money and power?